That's right folks, the alleged script for Godzilla x Kong the New Empire has leaked and this time it's complete. Join me in this video and I'll tell you everything that leaked from the Legendary's test session, and you'll be amazed. Welcome back to Nerds Insights, your daily nerd news channel. Today I'm going to share with you the alleged script of Godzilla x Kong the New Empire that leaked on the internet. As everyone knows, Legendary conducted several test sessions and each of these sessions leaked a snippet of what was going to happen in the movie, and so far, they've been right about everything. But this time, the entire script leaked, and I'm going to share it with you. So turn on your spoiler alert because there's a lot about the movie that might be real. But wait a second, hold on. KDM already warned us not to believe in these supposed leaks and advised us to take it as a theory or fan fiction. So I'm going to share the script as a fan fiction that may or may not be real, okay? Let's take this as a theory. We're here presenting a theory that could be the complete script of Godzilla x Kong the New Empire or not, okay? Having said that, leave your like on this video, subscribe to the channel because we have videos every day about nerd culture, and I guarantee you'll enjoy it. Set after the events of Godzilla vs. Kong, humanity is now more receptive to Godzilla and how he chooses to deal with the Titans. The film begins with Godzilla fighting and defeating a spider-like Titan in Rome, Indiana. A comedic scene. After the fight, Godzilla falls asleep in the Roman Colosseum. Original test screenings nicknamed the Spider Titan Arachnid, but more recent testers identified it as Scylla. While Kong is ruling in the depths of the Hollow Earth, we see him hunting, leading a pack of creatures resembling death jackals into a trap. Original testers nicknamed the creatures Kong-hunted wart dogs, but more recent testers identified them as death jackals. Doug makes a special appearance and steals the wart dog or death jackal from Kong that he successfully captured. Monarch is mainly linked to the military this time around, while Jia, Rebecca Hall's character, and a new Monarch scientist played by Dan Stevens monitor Kong in the Hollow Earth. Dan Stevens is an eccentric character and even acts as Kong's dentist. Jia starts having nightmares and visions of a Titan uprising within the Hollow Earth, leading to a mysterious threat known as King Scar. Scar King is a brutal and power-hungry Titan, similar to an orangutan, who enslaved a troop of Kongs and rules his underground empire with an iron fist. He flaunts a whip made of Titan bone that he wears over his shoulder like a bullet chain. At the end of the whip, there's a crystal that can control his secret weapon, which he plans to release on the surface world. A particularly ancient Titan named Shimo. Shimo is a huge, pearlescent Titan, reptilian-like, reminiscent of a bearded dragon, with ice-based abilities and blue ice crystals lining its head and back. Scar King rides into battle. Early tests referred to Shimo as a male and the father of all Titans, but more recent tests identified Shimo as a female. Kong inadvertently frees Scar King from his prison in the Hollow Earth and encounters a young juvenile Titan monkey called Suko. Suko, alongside a group of monkeys, jumps on Kong, but Kong grabs Suko and uses him as a blunt weapon to fight these monkeys. Kong and Scar King face off for the first time where Kong is defeated, loses his axe, and has his arm frozen by Shimo. Later, Suko gets caught in one of Kong's traps and is left behind by the rest of Scar King's troop. We discover that Suko is not as aggressive as Scar King, and he and Kong begin to bond. On the surface world, Godzilla senses the disturbance happening within the Hollow Earth and begins preparing for war by absorbing radiation from a French power plant. He then fights and kills Tiamat in Greenland and uses his iceberg den to evolve. It's implied that part of his energy dissipated into the environment, which is why Godzilla now has purple/pink energy. Just a guess. It's revealed that an ancient Iwi tribe, ancient people of the Hollow Earth, survived in the depths of the Hollow Earth. They foresaw Scar King's return, so they used Jia to summon Mothra, who they discover in an underground temple of the Iwi. Guarded by webs, Scar King leads his troop to the Iwi's home in an attempt to find a way to the surface. After receiving medical attention for his arm in the form of an anatomical brace, Kong re-emerges in the Cairo Desert, where he calls for Godzilla's help. Sensing Kong, Godzilla awakens from his evolved stasis, pulsating with atomic energy, and angrily goes straight for Kong, and upon seeing him, attacks without hesitation. Kong tries to reason with Godzilla, but he refuses to listen and eventually throws him down again. Before Godzilla can finish Kong, Mothra arrives and neutralizes the situation. Through her intervention, she convinces Godzilla and Kong to work together. Godzilla and Kong travel back to the Hollow Earth to confront Scar King's army. Mothra plays a supporting role in the final battle. She helps keep Scar King's troop of monkeys at bay while Godzilla and Kong fight Scar King and Shimo. She fights using her classic winged scale pollen and webs to wrap monkeys. At the moment of impact, the Iwi activate a gravity-manipulating device, leading to a sequence where Godzilla, Kong, Mothra, and Suko fight the army in zero gravity. most of Scar King's monkey army is defeated here by Mothra and Zuko, while Kong and Godzilla focus on the two heavyweights. Gravity is reactivated and Godzilla, Kong, Scar King and Shimo fall through a portal that leaves them in Rio de Janeiro, where the rest of the fight takes place. At the end of the battle, Scar King tries to defend himself from Godzilla with his whip, but Godzilla grabs the whip in his mouth and breaks it, dropping the control crystal that enslaved Shimo and making it slide across the ground. While Kong and Scar King struggle to recapture the crystal, Zuko arrives at the last second with Kong's axe, and Kong breaks it, thus ending the control Scar King had over Shimo. Scar King then receives a beating of his life from Godzilla, Kong, and Shimo. Then, Shimo freezes Scar King with her ice breath, and Kong crushes him into a million pieces. The film ends with Godzilla shooting his atomic breath into the sky to dissipate Shimo's Ice Age blizzard, and then he swims back to Rome to rest in the Colosseum while Kong and Zuko ride on Shimo back to the Hollow Earth, where they free all the monkeys of Kong's race that were enslaved by Scar King, and then Kong is proclaimed the king of the monkeys of the Hollow Earth. So did you like it? Do you think this script could be real or not? What do you think it got wrong, and what do you think it got right? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can discuss it, and of course, subscribe to this channel. This channel is for news, and news needs to reach you, and they only do if you're subscribed with notifications on. Also by leaving a like, you help spread this video here on YouTube. Cool? We're together once again. Take care and until next time.